First, I welcome today's our guest of this series, web lecture, Dr. Arun Sharma ji. Sir, welcome you on this platform, this Zoom meeting. And I also welcome to our director, sir, also. Welcome, director, sir, for sparing the time. And I'm very much thankful that you all spare time for this event to listen the innovative views on this innovative research framework for institutions. So let us start with the welcome song. Let us start with the welcome song. I think
Anurag, I think volume is here to keep
volume,
high. 90, I think it was 67 or 90.
Hello. हेलो हेलो अच्छा ठीक ठीक है
I think was it audible to all?
Thank you.
Was it audible to all?
Yeah, it is little feeble there, but I think it's fine. It says that Swagatam, and we are all here to work for India. Yeah, it was in Sanskrit.
That's why I thought this selection of this welcome song, but it was not. I will send you, sir, through the WhatsApp.
Yeah, sure.
So let us start with the introduction to our institution. So let me introduce the institution first, then we will proceed towards the next. The institution was established in the year 2008 under the aegis of Jan Sahyog Kalyan Samiti, and now it is the best engineering institution in Uttar Pradesh and the India also. The institution is affiliated to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, a state technical university set up by Government of Uttar Pradesh, and the institute offers engineering and management courses in the various disciplines of the BTech, like computer science in artificial intelligence, computer science in machine learning, computer science in institution also offers the MBA program. This is a 2-year degree program. And recently, these branches under the computer science engineering, like computer science and artificial intelligence and computer science and artificial intelligence machine learning, they have been started recently this year, this academic session. And the institute is located in NH2 National Highway at Kanpur, Agra, and have pollution-free and lush green campus with the state-of-art facilities. Apart from that, we are also having the internal quality assurance cell, IQAC, that has been constituted in the institute to maintain the momentum of quality consciousness at the institute level. The purpose of IQAC is to maintain and build quality culture at the institute level as per the ICT norms. IQAC committee comprises with the following member. Our director, sir, is the chairman of that committee. I, Anurag Tiwari, am the coordinator of this IQAC, and other faculty members are the members of the IQAC. Gradually, every month we plan a meeting under IQAC to check progress and collect data under IQAC system. Today, we have also planned to conduct a meeting, and in that meeting, we thought the web lecture should be organized. So with the director's inspiration and under the guidance, we organized this web lecture under IQAC meeting schedule. This will help us to strengthen our process for maintaining quality in technical education in the technical field. And by this webinar, innovative research framework for the institution, it will be helpful for our IQAC as well as other faculty members to initiate and to maintain the quality teaching inside the institute campus. Now, I invite our director, sir, Dr. A.K. Ajit Kumar Shukla, sir, to share his views for this webinar, web lecture.
Thank you, Dr. Anurag, and I'm more delighted and welcome Dr. Arun Sharma ji, DG NECTAR, to be with us and being very kind for accepting our invitation at a very short notice. In fact, we had been planning for this so that it could have been face-to-face, but unfortunately, the event did not turn up like that, and COVID is trying to restrict meeting us face-to-face, but as human, we are finding place and ways to meet. So this is a meeting there. I'm very thankful for Dr. Arun for accepting this. Let me also take this opportunity to introduce the gathering here. At present, 8 members there, mostly faculty members, and then quite a few of them from the staff also. They are from lab technician to workshop and admin people also there. We have an external member also been there, but I don't see at present. So as per the constitution, we have established IQAC, and I cherish our dream that the time we spend together from 2007 onwards to see that how we can try to build an institution to a greater heights. So I thank Dr. Arun Sharma for giving us very nice company, and this company is continuing. But at this moment, let me remember a few persons, those who are connecting us there. So we should give credit to them also. So I think in our joint journey, Dr. Arvind Kuchatkar, I remember with the great reverence here, which has a thought which will always in our meeting, which we are trying to see that very different perspective he could get from us there. And at present, I bow my head with a lot of reverence to Dr. Karthik Killer also. He is a man there with research. I consider Dr. Arun also in the same line. He is always active, down to earth there, and has a very good research track there. So the audience will be today very blessed to see and what he can unfold for us there. We have a strong connection, so I consider Dr. Arun as my colleague and my good friend, and I'm very happy to share on his personal front that yesterday we got a news, and Aryan has done exceedingly well. So on my personal behalf, take my congratulations for seeing that the little kids has grown. So as our friendship is also trying to grow. So I see that let us take this opportunity. Internal quality assurance cells means that we try to look into our system and processes and try to give an independent thinking and work from the scratch. So Dr. Arun knows that how things can be done there. So I thought it will be good to hear from him. Sometime if you have the thoughts internally also, then you do not come to know. So it will be very good to see the third person perspective. And at present, Arun has not, Dr. Arun, I say Arun, so please forgive me. I consider to be my friend there. So Dr. Arun has not visited us. So he's not very much aware of the facility we have. So you can consider that we are nearly at par with the world-class facility, what we say as at PDPU there. But of course, our faculty profile has to grow. And your word of wisdom will be a long way for us to go forward. So I look forward from you to hear from you, to learn from you, from all my colleagues. And I hand over now this program further to Dr. Anurag. Take it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your inspirational words. So before we start the event, I would like to say some brief profile. He is the Director General of Northeast Center for Technology Application and Reach, NECTAR. And he completed his PhD from Guwahati University in the year 1999. After that, he completed his postdoc program from the Institute of Space and Aeronautic Sciences. IPR, Extension Center, Government of India, for 1.5 years. He served as a faculty in BIT Mesra and PDPU, Dindal Petroleum University. And he also served as a Dean PG program over there. And before joining the NECTAR, he served as a professor at VIT, Chennai campus. He was Dean Sponsored Research at VIT. He is a recipient of various fellowships of the Government of India, Boycast, DST. Several fellowships are under his credentials. And he was also a recipient of the various prestigious fellowship like AAAPT Research and Training from Chinese Academy of Sciences, Beijing, COE Fellowship from Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, so many other bilateral and exchange programs. His research interest area including fundamental and application oriented research using plasma science and technology and mainly on thin film coating for metal, semiconductor and textile material. He has few patents and publications in his credit, national and international repute. He has also transferred the technology to an automobile part industry. And he has completed number of various prestigious projects under the government funding agencies, and he has guided so many with foreign universities. Number of countries are there. A few of them are Austria, France, Japan, Nepal, Thailand, UK. So such a prestigious work and the prestigious experience, vital rich experience with you. So I would like to request you to kindly enlighten us for this web lecture, the innovative research framework for institutions. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Anurag. First of all, I must thank Dr. Shuklaji, my good friend, for inviting me and give me an opportunity to share my thoughts with you. We have been discussing many times all these things, IQAC and education-related matters, and it is basically a developed process which we are sharing ourselves. It's good that I can share all these things with you. Some of the important points that I also initiated, and I also part of the system basically. So innovative research first, then I can come back to, because quality assurance, it would be more on discussion. So I can share some of the initiatives that we have taken while I was the core committee member in VIT Chennai in the quality assurance cell. So I know many of the points which can be taken, which can be omitted from the quality point of view, and that can be discussed with your faculty member in details as per depending on the questions and all these things. So initially, what I would try to discuss with you about the research point of, or funding research point of view, and what are the opportunities basically, since I am holding a post in the DST, Department of Science and Technology,
Yes.
Government of India, which is the core government funding agency in our country. So let's have some idea about the DST's different funding prospects, particularly for the young faculty, those who can take this opportunity very much. There are a lot of opportunities out there. So let me first discuss about that, and then I will come back. So come back to the IQAC, Internal Quality Assurance Cell.
Why not?
So I'll just share my slides with you.
Yes.
Of course, I will. Is it audible? Is visible? Is visible,
Yes,
right?
visible.
Yeah.
Very much visible.
So I'll just let you know that about the research grant through funding, and you can stop me at any point of time whenever you want. So this is kind of a discussion. But first, let me tell you a few important things before I go to the slides. So when we talk about research nowadays, of course, at present with the pandemic case which took place in our country or all over the world. So now, as you know, that our the Honorable Prime Minister also talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. So we should be in that line basically to become an Atmanirbhar. So of course we have to do fundamental research. I am not taking out that we should not do fundamental research, but we have to initiate something so that we can contribute our research to somehow to the society. That mentality we should keep in mind. And that and it is possible. I mean to say it is possible to do all this kind of thing, because I have seen even in BTech student, a few BTech student, undergraduate student, there is some very good work and which we could patent it, and then these are now published, patents are published, and then many companies are approaching for that. So I mean to say do in our country, but our mindset is not that. So I'll share some of the number. So then you will come to know many of the things are there which we are doing, but we are not maintaining it properly. So that's the important point. So even you must be knowing, all of you must be knowing that even your idea can be patented. It's not like that you have to do something. Your idea can be patented, and that idea somebody can take it and do it in a larger scale. So that's it. So even some new idea comes to your mind, then you should patent it. So I in the last few meetings in few places, I have suggested that instead of placement cell in our engineering institute or in our universities, we must have a patent cell. Because many of the students, many times the students are very clever nowadays, and they do a lot of things, but they do not know how to go further. So that's why I strongly believe that we must have a patent cell in every university. And for your information, particularly for Shuklaji, you know that in patent cell, if you can develop in your university, then you get a very good marks in the NAC also.
Sure.
So there is a NAC marking also there. But of course, we placement cell is very, very important. I am not taking it out, but we must have a patent cell. We don't have. And then more importantly, we should also know, all of us should know that till date, after 70 years of independence, we don't have any innovative institute in our country, like government innovative institute for innovation. So we have under DST, we have a National Institute of Foundation. recently it was developed, I think 5 years back, and it is in Ahmedabad. This is National Innovation Foundation, not actually Institute of Foundation.
NIF, yeah.
NIF, National Innovation Foundation. But we don't have, why don't we have a National Institute of Innovation Technology, something like that. If you go through this the European Europe, you will find that European Institute of Innovation Technology, where they differentiate the different sectors in different country. Like Belgium is doing on health sector, say, or some Germany is doing some digital sector. So this is what they innovate something and they train. And this is only 2 courses are running in this Innovation Institute, only the master's course and PhD course. And then you'll be completely surprised to know the PhD courses, the course that students are supposed to take on the pre-PhD courses, it's not like ours, like that what called research methodology, 1 course from a common MTech, or 2 courses related to his or her research work, which is being given by the guide or self-studies course, like something like that. It's not like that. It's something like business methodology, how to do the market survey, or quality output, quality management. All because the idea is that after doing PhD or after doing the MTech, the student should not go for job. He or she should start some startup company. So startup means you should understand the business market survey. You should understand what should be the quality. You should understand what is the certificate, what is the certification processes on all these things. So that is what their pre-PhD courses they offer in those institutes. But this kind of these things are not there in our country, not even in National Institute. So we are, to me, somehow, I don't know, we need that also, but we are too much related to something called produce paper and produce PhD. So after that, we don't look at it. So that's what we have to be very, I think this time has come up with the encouragement of Atmanirbhar Bharat. We should do something so that we can contribute. It may take some time. I don't mind. We don't mind for that, but we should go ahead, plan in that way so that we can contribute somehow to the society. That's my first point. Okay. So I think we should look at it, and then placement cell and the patent, along with the placement cell, there must be a patent cell in every. And then there are also some public or private people who are working in the patent cell. They are giving, nowadays they started giving training to the undergraduate student, how to write patent and all these things. And they're doing very professionally, I mean to say. So that is what we can take the advantage of all these things. Now with this, I will go to that. What are the opportunities? We know that what is a funding agency basically called. Funding agency, funding can be we can avail from either from the government or non-government agency in various sectors, in all sectors of our work that we have been doing: science, arts, engineering, even social science, interdisciplinary approach. However, I must say that we should create a culture where we are supposed to get fund not from the government agencies but from the industry. I do not know the actual situation of the industry in UP is concerned, but I have seen that the Tamil Nadu there are huge numbers of industries in Tamil Nadu. So where basically the industries are approaching to the academic institute to give some problems. So we used to do like hackathon, or we call as ideathon. So where the industry problem we are getting, or the industry people are coming and give a talk on the problems that they are facing, and then we are supposed to write a complete methodology or way out how to solve this problem. So this is what we used to do, and then we submit this proposal on the basis of the problems that the industries are facing to the same industry, and then if it is passing through their board, then this fund they are giving to the institute. There are win-win situation for both. If something comes out from that industry, high ranking marks in terms of NAC and these things, plus you are solving an industry problem, and at the same time, if it is working nicely, then they can take this project for the further development with in the industry. So they're involving you in terms of a consultant or something like that. So that is what we used to do in initiative VAT when I was there as a dean sponsored research, and it was a great success to some extent, I must say. But what I found is that one difficulty over there is that the industry people does not have that much of confidence in our country's academic institute. So that, like in US, if you go to any state university, the all state university people are not bothered about the government funding. However, they are only run by the industry funding. So they will not do any government funding project. However, that kind of culture even in our country is not there. Even in IITs, I'm sitting now in IIT Delhi. So I had a talk with the various departments in IIT Delhi, and I found that the funding from the industry is very, very less in our country. And then it was, I just calculate in terms of number, I found that it's even between 5 to 10% fund in our country comes from the industry. So that's a very pathetic situation. So somehow we must improve it. Otherwise, I can tell you another disadvantage of our industries going to abroad. So it is not like that our industries are not doing work, but they're doing their work through the outside firm or outside university out of country. So what the problem they're facing is that they have to send the materials either through shipment or whatever. Many times they forget about the money they're providing, but at the same time, many times there is a huge gap in the shipment or the problem in the consignment in the airport or in the ship this thing. So it gets delayed. They are not getting it on time. So it gets delayed maybe 1 or 2 months. And if I tell you the actual number of money that this Indian currency is going out, then it is a huge amount of money that Indian money is going abroad every month for that. So we must think very seriously about that. And of course, government is also now trying to provide all these opportunities so that there are some startup, the new companies, something like that one can initiate. Okay, I'll come back to all these things if you have some more questions over there. Now, I'll let you know the DST's core mandate. So what are the basically DSTs are looking for that. Here you can see there is one point called innovation, technology development and demonstration. Of course, there are lots of international science and Indo-US, we have Indo-France, we have Indo-German. In almost with all countries we have collaboration program through DST, where the faculty can apply for the bilateral exchange program. And then you must be knowing that last year, unfortunately, because of COVID, it didn't get materialized. But last year, it was a very nice initiative taken through AICT. That's called AICT Spark, SPARC. AICT to apply for that as far as NIRF ranking. I am not going to that, but it's a very good opportunity for the bilateral exchange program. And then, so there are many offices, subordinate offices related to that SOI Survey of India, then NATMO, then statutory board is there, SCRB, TDB, then SCI, MST, then there are Research and Knowledge Institute under DST, almost 19. There are professional bodies, 5. There are international bilateral S&T centers, 3. This is an overall picture of DST. I'll not go more details about that of this. Here we have autonomous bodies, we have SCRC, SCRB, we have Inspire, we have Technology Development Board, we have socio-economic sector, international cooperation, science and society. We have various mission. NECTAR is coming under that mission, or the mission program. So NECTAR is basically, I just let you know a little bit about the NECTAR also in this case. That it's called Northeast Center for Technology Application and Reach. We also support fund under 2 different schemes. One is called TOSS, TOSS, Technology Outreach Service Scheme. TOSS means Technology Outreach Service Scheme. And one is called BANS, BAANS, called Bamboo and Application Scheme. But this is because bamboo, you know that Northeast is producing 70% bamboo of our country. And then you also know that after the Kyoto Protocol, that all over the world, this cutting trees is becoming difficult. So we should initiate something so that bamboo can replace wood. So that's in that context, both Ministry of Donor, donor means Development of Northeast, as well as Science and Technology Ministry has initiated some program. It was earlier called National Mission for Bamboo Applications. So that has been now shifted to NECTAR. So we give lot. This is the idea of the government is that we should try to find out the technology available all over the world related to bamboo sector and bring it and implement it in Northeast region, and then it can be taken away from anywhere in the country. So that's the main idea. Plus, one of the other NECTAR's vision is that, so whatever the technology that has been developed in our country, in CSIR lab or any other labs, so and BRC, we should take up this technology and do some prototype, the pilot project in Northeast region for the livelihood of the people. And then if it is successfully working over there, then it should be implemented to any other places of the country. That's the main idea. But so that's what, if you want to write a project to the NECTAR, your the first and foremost objective should be you will be implementing the project in Northeast. So that is what for your the computer science people, I'm just sharing with you that we have done an MOU just recently with IIT Jodhpur, and then the idea is that we will introduce AI and IoT based agriculture sector project in Meghalaya. It's a very center of excellence we will develop. So what is the idea is that, so if you have the lands over there where the adjacent lands, you don't have, your cultivation is not remaining same, the output is not remaining same. So what are the problems? Then whether during the time of the growth of the vegetables or whatever may be, if there is some change in the pH level or there is some change in the fertility of the land, so that we will create some sensor over there. So AI will tell us to know what are the deficiencies that is taking place in that particular land to grow that particular vegetables or particular plant. So that kind of things we have been initiating with IIT Jodhpur. And then so just a few days back, we have done the MOU with IIT Jodhpur. So similar kind of thing. If something innovative where the technology and the recent technologies are available, and we can provide you the opportunity from the NECTAR side to implement all these things in somewhere anywhere in Northeast. So that part we can take care. So that's basically you are also writing a project. You are also applying that output of your technological prospects in Northeast region, and then if it is getting really very good, you can the industries can come up and take your the whole things for the large scale development. So that's the main idea. So, and of course at the same time we have also initiated the first time in our country something like that. We will develop a mega techno demo center in Guwahati, which is called Gateway of Northeast. So anybody from anywhere from India wants to look at Indian technology which can be implemented in their places can go there and see the technology, and then immediately we will provide the opportunity to give a small scale training over there, and then take up the technology to the other places of the country. This we have been doing with IIT Guwahati. So this is what our these things are going on. And of course, in terms of technology related program, there are two other groups in DST. One is called TIFAC and one is called TDB, Technology Development Board. They are also initiating the technology related work. So this is what if you look at this, and there of course for young people, there are a lot of young faculty less than 40 years, there are a lot of opportunities. And of course for the faculty who are the women faculty, there's huge opportunities are there at present. So I mean, I must tell that you must take the, of course, one thing is that nowadays DST has given a timeline, because you cannot all throughout the year you cannot submit the proposal. There is a timeline, so you must continuously look at DST's website, which is now which project which is available now over there. So all these things you can get over there. There are a lot of scholarship There are a lot of fellowship, there are a lot of interns, there are a lot of awards, there is travel support scheme. There's many things are there. It's not like the government is not providing. So only it is up to us how we can take the opportunity and avail this opportunity. That's it. So this is an overall picture of the DST. I will now quickly go through the next few slides, because this is already everything I have.
Dr. Arun, here we can have a poll number 2 there. One we have done in between.
Right. Pardon?
I said that in between we can have one poll there. So one poll we have already done there, which gives you a result here. I am sharing, I think it's on the screen. So this is our configuration there at present.
Okay.
And we can have a poll number 2 also. So then there are 2 interactions.
Can you please again share it?
Can you, Arpit, can you share that second? Yeah, okay.
Okay, so PhD holder for 24, pursuing PhD program 11, postgraduate 46, graduate 11, diploma holder 8, ITA holder ITA 0. Yeah, okay.
You can have the poll number 2 also, so that at least like 2 polls we have done.
This is what poll 1 is a faculty. I am a faculty, number of faculty, right? Administrative staff, lab staff, workshop staff. And
poll 1, and second was like the status of the faculty there, or the
yeah, that's what you told. That PhD is 14%. PhD pursuing is something like that.
So that's the potential I was trying to measure, that how many, what is the potential there. So we are around 11 PhDs pursuing.
Okay. So is it, I think you have to make it mandatory for PhD is mandatory, right? For all faculty.
Sure. We are thinking on that line.
You have to give the timeline, because nowadays without PhD, the faculty, that is what the main criteria of the IQAC as well as AICT also.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
And one thing I want to share again, that we do have a patent office there, and a lot of people from our faculty are publishing patents there. And as per AICT norms, now it's a mandatory part there. So we have a cell there.
Yeah, that's very good. Even many institute, in a very good institute, they don't have patent cell.
Right.
That's a very good. Yeah, we must have a patent cell.
Sure. Thank you.
Right. However, if anybody wants to ask any questions, feel free. Don't hesitate.
One can raise the hand, and then
as a country, we are in the worldwide either in 5th or 6th spot in terms of total number of publications. And of course, a few years back, we were in the 9th place. In terms of, but we are doing very good in chemistry, nanotechnology, material science, and engineering. We are in between 3rd and 4th spot. We are in 10th spot in terms of patent filing. But unfortunately, this number is very, very less. Although in the 10th spot, the very less compared to the China and US. We are in 11th to 13th in quality of research. That we must improve. And Indian science are doing very good in terms of scientific manpower, almost 200 per million. That we at present data. These are the very new programs that have been initiated by DST. From 2016 to now 19, and it is extended also. Interdisciplinary cyber physical system, that includes IoT, AI, big data, deep learning, robotics, a lot of opportunities for computer science people. Money is there, huge number of money is there. Only it is up to you how to utilize this money. Now we have a national mission of cyber physical system also. This is a very good mission. Huge number of money is there in national mission. Then DST, Intel PPP collaborative research, real-time river water. In fact, you will be surprised to know that till now our Gangetic belt means we have now only Jal Shakti ministry is there, but we don't have a clear ecosystem in terms of flood monitoring and action plan related to that for the river Ganga. and of course for the river Brahmaputra also in northeast. You know that now also in Assam is a huge flood is going on, and we all know every year which are the months where the flood can come in Assam. But every year government, central government is providing money, but we don't have a solution till now. That's surprising. Although we have so many government organization who are working on river, means like in Jal Shakti Ministry we have recently opened, but if you go to the Assam, there's a Brahmaputra board is there, but no outcome till now. So that's what we have to look at very seriously about that. And then we have very good technology. Now, can you imagine that before the Rio de Janeiro Olympic, World Cup, and then whole Rio de Janeiro city was supposed to be fully flooded if there is a rain. It used to be flooded, but they use the already existing technology which is done by Japan. And then before the World Cup, they did it. They used the technology. Now after that, there is no flood over there. And then the water that has been coming, that used to be come out due to flood, now they are using for some other purposes, for the circulation of water, in household circulation of water. So it is not like the technology is not there. Only thing is that we are not inclining ourselves to do in the way that we are supposed to do. We are restricting ourselves only in terms of publication of paper and producing PhD, so that we get the promotion and our life is over. We are getting promotion, so we are celebrating the promotion, but we are not contributing anything to the society. So I am just repeating this thing because we have to change our mentality. That is why I am repeating this thing. So of course there are some other program also, networking program on imaging spectroscopy and application, NISA. Then India, Israel, there are a lot of work initiated on cyberspace and water and agriculture. I must tell you that agriculture we have to give more and more importance, because as you know, the 70% of India lives in villages. So if we want to develop in our country, we have to develop our village only. We need not require to develop and then we have to stop the village people to come to the city. So that's what the motto should be there. So, and then of course, there are a lot of initiatives with respect to the Indo-Japan, Indo-Korea, all. So these are the different programs like waste management technologies, advanced manufacturing technologies, waste management. We can discuss later on. There are many things are there. Then technology platform and electrical mobility. Then innovation reaching and for the grassroots, national initiative for the developing and harnessing innovative. This is NIDI is there. Then connecting industries with technology startups. This is a very good program. Of course, it's very difficult to get it. There are the screening process is very tough, but already there are 200 which are connected to FICCI with the FICCI members. Then translation, there are 5 technology research centers for indigenous technology on biomedical devices. If you really want to know the actual figure of the biomedical devices, I will come back a little late about with some numbers. Then your eyes will go somewhere else. You will get shocked to know that what we are doing. So that's what, and then of course renewable energy and material waste. So this is, I'll just quickly go through, and then we know that for the faculty who are in their initial stage, they can have a lot of opportunities from SERB, and if SERB gives a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of programs under SERB. So, and then basically SERB is very, very good for the young faculties. So you just go through. I am not going through all details, mandate of SERB and all these things. SERB provides the R&D support in terms of core research grant, extramural research project, the scheme for young scientists, the early career research award, national postdoc fellowship, the intensification of research in high priorities areas, then empowerment and equity opportunities, and women scientist program. Also, it provides some fellowship, JC Bose National Fellowship, Ramanujan Fellowship, Prime Minister's Doctoral Fellowship, overseas doctoral and postdoctoral fellowship. Global linkage, SERB also provides like SN Bose scholarship with US and other countries. Then SERB Stanford overseas, SERB USC, SERB CMU, SCRB British Columbia Fellowship, SCRB Cambridge Commonwealth Europe Fellowship. Then there is Science and Technology Support System, international travel, all these things are coming under it. So you mean to say for a young faculty who wants to really take opportunity from the Science and Department of Science and Technology, he or she should visit SCRB very critically. And I would request Professor Shukla to impose some condition that unless you submit 3 projects per year, your the appraisal would not be considered, right? So that something should always some in the back of the mind should be always something there. Then only you can get some good project. That because we know all our people are very much they know everything. They are very much capable. But only thing is that somewhere some inertia is there. I don't know what is that inertia. Some inertia is pulling us not to initiate some work. Okay, says okay, I am teaching. Why should I do research? Something like that. But teaching is fine. You have to do teaching. That's a mandatory. But along with teaching, what you have done? So I must say that there are some conditions should be imposed, right? So in that way we can really develop. So okay, so I'll just skip all these slides with this SCRB. Of course, all of we know that there are some other funding agencies: UGC, ICT, CSIR, DRDO, BRNS, then DBD, then DOC, DOD, of course of DST. I have already mentioned all these things. There are some schemes called Nano Mission, Technology Development Programs, Fund for Improvement in Science and Technology Infrastructure. I think you know that about the FIST program. FIST is a very good program for the under DST. If you are running a MTech or MSc course for 3 years, you are eligible for applying FIST, and then you can develop the whole infrastructure through the FIST program. The minimum thing that you can apply for 3 crores and maximum money that you can apply up to 5 crores. So it's a very good opportunity. But the only thing is that eligibility for a particular program, and you have to minimum 3 years program should be there. Minimum 3 years has to be completed. Then Inspire is very good for the young people. Okay. Okay, all these things, more details I'll not go. If somebody asks, then I'll come back. I just give you some more number because these are very important. That number of research proposals received has more than doubled over the last 5 years, increased from 250 per year to more than 625 per year. Quantum of increase by 250%. So that means it is not like that people are not writing project. People are writing project. And of course, at the same time, number of funds released by the government is also increased, except I don't know what will happen this year because of the condition. Okay, so this is what I told about the FIST program. There are 2 levels, level 1 and level 2. You can get more details. Even small colleges also can apply, provided that they are running some master's program. That's a mandatory over there. That these are some new initiative, technology development initiative under the government of India. They look for the convergent solution rather than demonstrating the technology element. You have to give the solution. That is what, and it is there are few CSIR lab have developed. There are few. Even we will provide you what we are doing. NECTAR along with the NCT DST, we are making a digital library for the technology that has been developed indigenously in our country. So that library, once it is ready, digital library, we will provide to all universities and colleges of our country, so that they should know what are the indigenous technology that we have developed in our country, in all labs, CSIR lab, any other scientific lab. So that we have been making that digital library. Okay, so this is, of course, again, I told to all these things. I mentioned all this. So this is what about the funding of different funding agencies and different fund, and you know, it is huge basically. Now I will for the young people, I just let you know, I will share a few slides about writing, how to write a good proposal. What are the things that we must take care for writing a good proposal. in any funding agencies, that its idea has to be very novel. It cannot be a mere extension of your PhD and postdoc work. Of course, you know that nowadays UGC has made mandatory that if you want to become a guide, that you have to publish at least 2 papers which is not related to your PhD work. So that is a mandatory. So that idea or thought process that should come to you from your side. So that's why I always suggest to the young faculty that don't try to write project immediately. Just first you try to find out some problem that you can tackle, and then publish at least 1 paper related to that problem. Then you start writing project on that. Then DST or the funding agencies also will have a confidence that you can independently do some work rather than your PhD or postdoc work. And then on the basis of that, the review people can consider the project, because when the project comes for review to us, then one thing that it tells that whether the proposal is related to his or her earlier work or some new work, and on that he or she has contributed something. That is what a point is there. So that you have to take care. So initially, you instead first 1 or 2 years while doing the teaching, you try to publish at least 1 or 2 papers related to something new, and then you try to start writing a project. So that's what, and it should be well formulated in terms of format that is given. I can tell more details, but I'm not going through all details. If somebody is interested, they can ask me. I can tell all the other details, what should be the budgetary part. You know that sometimes we can immediately get the idea on looking at the title of the project, whether it is a good project or bad project. So your title should be something very innovative, something very attractive, or something not like a broad. Like you cannot write title on studies or development. You cannot start something title of a project something like that. Studies, development means it's a broad. You have to be very specific. So that's what some tips are there. If somebody interested, or we can have some more the workshop kind of thing with the young faculty, how to write a project, then we can share, of course. But we can discuss, of course. Now we can discuss with me at any point of time. Okay. So yeah, these are the basically normal standard requirement: title, outline, literature survey, methodology, methods of data collections and analysis, ethical issues, timeline, resources, outcome, reference list. So this is normally we say. I will skip. You have all these things. Many times in our faculty in universities and colleges are used to say that no, it is very difficult, our workload is very high, we cannot do the project. These things comes, but somehow we have to overcome all these things and come up with a good proposal. Okay, so this is what if you write a good way to write a proposal, then only it is a opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to get the proposal. So that's what I used to say. You have to read many times before finalizing, revise. You have to give it somebody to read it, because many times grammatically there might be mistake. Check each and every point critically, finalize, then submit before the time or deadline. So that's the way to get a project. But now I'll show you 3 slides, which is somewhat you will tell me that you are contradicting your own views. Means I am contradicting my own views. So this 3 slides are also very important, particularly those who are doing research in institute or universities. So you have seen this is a huge. I don't know how many of you have visited Mahabalipuram. This is a unique rock. I don't know how it is staying like that. There's only one point of contact, and it is in the sliding more than 45-degree angle slides, but it is remaining there. It is not falling down. Many people say in terms of from our Mahabharata time, it is also saying that because from Ajnatavas Pandav was used to be there in their place, that this whole rock was coming down to and then if it is coming down, then the whole village will destroy. Then Bhim went there and stop it, and then that's why it is there in that position. So no physics, nothing is there. Nobody can, no engineering technique can understand. So my point is that why I keep the slides of that. When you get a project or getting a project, you should not consider it a burden. You should balance the way that rock is balancing over there with your teaching as well as your research in such a way. So that is a very important point. It's not like that you will not get the increment. That's why you're writing a project. So that is what it should not. But we have to develop that culture. For developing that culture, maybe at some point of time we need to impose some conditions. So that is what. And then while doing the things, this is very, very interesting. While doing the things, you may end up somewhere else, where we don't want basically. So nobody wants that your car should be in the field. So while doing the project or research work, you may think you thought something, but you may end up something else also. That is also good. So it's not a big thing. So your whole things can get changed. That's the point. I mean to say you have to think in such a way so that anything can come to you while doing the research. So that my mental you have to consider that mental setup in these things. And then of course that is what look at for the unexpected. It may be something positive or something negative. So that's what with this I'll stop here. The research funding and all these things, I was little bit going little bit faster mode because most of the things we can discuss little in more details. So yeah, thank you. So I'll stop here. Let me have few questions on that, and then we can go back to the IQAC. Is it okay, Shuklaji?
Yeah, perfectly right. This is the way we should move forward. Yeah. So let us open the forum for the audience. 2 or 3 questions, they can raise the hand, and we can have things there. So at present, you see 70% of us are faculty member, and 23% from lab staff, and admin is around 6 people. Dr. Anurag, do you have any question there?
Yes. Sir, I would like to ask one question. Like SERB, Science Engineering Research Board, NECTAR, how we can associate as an institution? First, is there any provision to have MOU with NECTAR?
Yeah, that's what I told you, that NECTAR's main motto is to develop something initially for the Northeast region.
Yes.
Right. So suppose if you want to come, MOU of course we can do, but if you want to come up, other people, can you please mute your mic?
Yes.
So if you want to come up with a project, like I am talking about the food processing technology, suppose food processing, you know that Northeast is a abundance of fruits, right? An abundance of fish, because fish is there. So can we have some innovative technology for storage or food processing, storage of fish or food processing? So then it is not something different, right? Then we can implement this project in Northeast initially, right? As a pilot project.
As a pilot.
As a pilot project, because we cannot.
Because these are perishable items, and
right. For example, I'm just giving an example right now. There is a Faridabad-based company, right? They have developed a technology where from the bamboo they are making sanitary napkin.
Okay.
Right, and which is biodegradable. Right. So this is something unique. And then we have bamboo as a raw materials, enormous bamboo in Northeast. So we have provided him, he knows the technology. So we have provided him space in Northeast. Okay. And he will develop the technology of, he will develop the sanitary napkin over there. And we will also taken as a, because we have to do something for the society. So we consider some tribal belt area, so where we will provide this napkin initially, which is coming out from his company, it's a free of cost in the tribal area.
Okay.
Right now, what happens then? Then at the same time we will also invite the industry and see the technology and looking at the monetary part, whether it can compete with the existing sanitary napkin in terms of money. If it is competing well within the limit, then we can take it for the marketing and all these things, right? So that is what the idea. So this way we can initiate some program, right?
So
Dr. Surendra is there. He's head of the civil department, so he has raised his hand. Dr. Surendra.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Myself, Dr. Surendra Rai, Department of Civil Engineering. Actually, as you said in the beginning, that industry does not have confidence on academic institutions. What should be the reasons? Actually, what should be the reasons for this, sir?
No, we are not doing research related to industry. That's what.
So IITs and these NITs are not doing research.
Nowhere.
Okay.
Nowhere. I'm telling you, I have given you the number. You can check in Google.
Okay,
All
sir.
the numbers I have. Only 5 to 10%.
So even NITs are doing
Even
consulting
IIT,
job.
I am telling you, I'm sitting in IIT Delhi.
Yeah.
I have visited almost all departments of IIT Delhi.
Yes, sir.
And I can tell you actually what amount of money that IIT Delhi is getting from the industry.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And IITs are getting very good amount of money from the funding agencies because they are the best institute. So government funding agency is providing money to them like anything.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right. So it may happen that because of that, they are not going to industry.
Okay.
It may happen either way also. So, but
they are not in interaction with the industry also, we can say.
Yeah, there are very few are there. It is not like that. I'm not saying that it is zero, but there are few, very few.
Yes.
I just want to share with you one my experience with Northeast. I happen to be the part of Professor Anil Gupta's Shodh Yatra and visited Meghalaya. Basically wanted to, his program is with DST to basically visit the places when it is most difficult. So we visited Cherrapunji during rainy season there and have seen that double-decker bridge there.
Yes.
My reflection after that was there that basically if you look into the terrain of the Northeast, one has to actually appreciate that there. A lot of technology which basically I say that it should be focused on VHF, I say very high frequency, or you can say it is considering to village and hills and forest. So anything if you develop which will help you for village, hill and forest, I think you can fit it anywhere in India. And these are the places which you'll find not only in Northeast, but many other places there. So if you keep our thoughts widen there, and a lot of things can come up there. NECTAR is for reach also. So right. I think most of the times the technology is there. What we have to see that that technology reaches to the grassroots level so as it can be used. So that usage part also has to be seen there. So I think NECTAR will try to help us. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, in fact, I'm just sharing with you. We had a few meetings with the central universities of Northeast. All central universities, like Sikkim Central. You know, the Sikkim is a abundance of medicinal plants, right? So we are trying to tie up with the Sikkim Central University to develop a center of excellence over there. It's a NECTAR, Sikkim Central University Center of Excellence, where we will provide. They will their biotechnology and other departments are coming up. So we will provide them the technology, but this would be we can also use that. So it is not like that it is only the property of Sikkim Central University. It's a property of NECTAR. Our NECTAR, 2 people will be there as a part of the official member. So what is our role would be there? We will attract the entrepreneurs from the Sikkim to come up from the different districts to come up and see this technology and get trained of that technology and then take the technology to their local places.
Sure.
So that they can also they can generate livelihood with the help of those technology. Or you can also, they can do here there also as a PPP model. So it is not like that it is a property of Sikkim Central University. It's anybody can come and work over there. Of course, the recurring part they have to.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the main thing.
So, sir, one thing I would also like to tell, we are also working as a participating institute under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Our national coordinator is Dr. Virendra K. Vijay. He is professor in IIT Delhi.
Yeah, I know him very well.
So we also worked under that vision of the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So Atmanirbhar Bharat, as you mentioned, we are also working in the line of that. So one thing I would also like to ask you, sir, at this time. So what are the major emerging or the major thrust area where we can focus for this nectar?
Agriculture, food processing, renewable energy.
Okay. So in that way, if we develop some technique, if we develop some technology, that will be very much appreciated.
In fact, if your mechanical engineering department can also develop something, I just give me a time. I'll just show you something.
Yes.
Can you see this is a kind of yeah.
Yes.
It's made of betel nut, leaf of betel nut, which is available. Huge amount of betel nut trees are there in Northeast.
Okay.
So this is something like only press.
Right.
You do some pressing. So this is, you can develop this kind of technology. Different. So this is biodegradable, right?
Biodegradable.
And it is machine will not that costly. Will not be that costly.
Pressing machine.
Pressing machine only. Yes. And if you want to add value on that, suppose you want to add value on that, I'm just giving you some idea. Think about that. You try to make it the banana leaf, paste banana leaf on the top of that, but it should be with technology. It's not like that you are pasting over there.
Yeah.
I got it.
Banana is the antibacterial we always use in our festival. Right? This is what the most antibacterial this thing. Similarly,
important. Yes.
Similarly, this is from husk, the straw of this thing, straw from rice or paddy field. So you create this kind of like boxes. This technology are already there. If you look at Vietnam or the Taiwan, I'm against China, so I'm not mentioning the name of China. So if you look at Vietnam, Taiwan, and Philippines, they have done. Now it's up to you, being a mechanical engineer, think about that, how we can improvise those technology and best fit for our country. It can be similar, but you just add something on that, add some more value.
It is a good livelihood promotion also.
Yeah, like say that if you want to really be part with us, it has to be something like this.
Okay.
Right. So and then of course we are making also everything online by next month, so we can get more details.
Okay. Okay.
So we can begin with the next session there that IQAC wanted to tell us.
Yeah. So IQAC, I mean to say, so my experience with the IQAC meeting when I used to be there in VAT, because I was the member of all these things, campuses, like in VAT Vellore, Chennai, and then Amravati, and VAT Bhopal. So I was the internal member, since two of us were the internal member for the IQAC, and four people were for the external member. So what is the observation from the external member, particularly from the industry side, we always used to get. I know this is maybe a debating point. We can think about that more details, and then Shuklaji may make some comment on this. That they used to say that you please don't make them engineer. You make their fundamentals strong, and we will make them engineer in the first 4 months of their training program. We will make, but you make the fundamental very strong. So that point they used to emphasize all the time, and we have done some exercise on the basis of that. So first exercise, we thought that okay, let us do something totally different. So what way it is different? Say we completely revamp the syllabus with respect to the subject. Instead of different units, we make it module, right? So there would be something 8 modules. For example, like thermodynamics. I'm just giving you the thermodynamics or advanced, whatever maybe for advanced thermodynamics or thermodynamics. The first 2 modules would be taken by the science people, either chemistry or physics. First 2 modules, same course, same thermodynamics would be taken by science people, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. This 5 modules would be taken by the engineering people, and the 8th module would be taken by some industry people, the guest as a guest faculty. So every subject will have a guest faculty. Even a literature subject, I will there may be different way to implement it, but even a literature subject also. So the guest faculty for that module, the industry people will come and tell about the problems related to that over there, and then he will teach or something. So there will be a questions. Of course, there will be a or 2 questions from the industry side also in the final paper. So this approach we have one approach we have tried to make it, but the implementation of that is very, very difficult because you know that our this workload and all these things comes into the timetable. Workload comes into the picture. It may be a very good concept for institute or for a country where this number of students are very, very less, but still one can try. We have tried once, but it was not because of this problem. Later on we had to give it up. So, and then second thing, then we thought that okay, to make this strong fundamental, so we started called project-based learning for the undergraduate student. This is called PBL, and research-based learning for the postgraduate student, RBL and PBL, where unofficially it is we used to put in the timetable 4 hours in a week, right? Yeah, this seems to be better than the better, because in the project-based learning, a student or a group of students can think about the project related to that particular subject, and then come up with a proposal, either theoretical or experimental in terms of modeling, and then they have to at the finally they will come up with the model or theoretical concept at the end of the semester, where similar to the other examination processes, where the student will go through the same examination process. Like in our case, we had 2 mid semester, Cat 1, Cat 2, and the final end semester. So they had to go through all processes, Cat 1, Cat 2, or mid semester, end semester, assignment related to the project. All these processes will remain same. The only problem is that although it is unofficially 4 hours per week, so it becomes sometimes very hectic for the faculty, because if you are suppose you are dealing with a 60 student, let's say 6 project with respect to the 10 student per project. It is the judgment related to the student or giving marks with respect to students very, very 10 students you are judging. So that's a very difficult task basically. So you can innovate some new idea how to judge these things. I can share some of my idea which I used to do. But in this case, what the plus point that I said, of course, it's a tedious job, hectic job. But in this case, what the plus point that I should say that out of 10, maybe sometimes out of 20, or maybe you can have a very good project which is either publishable or so very good work, either publishable or filing a patent. So I mean to say, if out of a 20 project, if it is 1 is coming out, that is also very success. That means the whole idea of the transforming knowledge related to that particular subject is quite fulfilling in that way, you can say. So that's what the feedback provided by the external observer said, that you make the fundamentals strong. So we tried our best to make the fundamentals strong in that way. So this is one aspect. And at the same time, of course, you may be also doing all these things, a very regular process as per ICT norms, that quality control meeting should be there every month or every week. There you have to put all this information, and then you have to provide send some faculty who are not teaching that courses, get the input of that particular faculty or in that classes, initiate meeting with those faculties if there is some problems are there related to his or her classes. So this should be also taken care in a holistic manner. So I mean to say, many times with the very good faculty also it may happen there may be some complaint comes up, but one should take it in a very positive manner. That means so in that way one should take it. Otherwise, now in our case, this is the Indian as a whole problem is there. We don't want to get some kind of complaint. This is not a complaint, but we consider that is a complaint. So it is not like that. It is just for the development of ours. We should take it positively. But this kind of regular assessment in terms of students' feedback should be done before mid-semester and after mid-semester. So what is that should be there? That is a mandatory process for the AICT. So all the questionnaires are there. So that has to be regularly done. And more appropriately, you have to look at how the external members are giving their suggestion. That is what very, very important. In our case, external members were very active, and they used to really provide good suggestion. So and then regular, I don't know what is the what frequency you change your you conduct your board of studies, academic council meeting. It also depends on that. So that way you can change all this whatever the change that you want to change basically. So that is one thing. Yeah, it is very important to improve the quality, but there are various ways. If you go through one very good training program they used to do, not directly associated with the quality improvement, but indirectly it can provide you the to understand, to know how to improve the quality. IISER Pune is conducting some program with faculty. They provide everything. They will provide you TA, DA, and local hospital, everything. So they do some training program. Mathematics department have initiated. I was also part of that initially, but now it's not. So you can just go through and then maybe you can send some faculty on regular basis there. Because and of course summit, if you propose, they will also come and conduct this kind of thing in your university also. That is also there. There is, if you give a proposal, then UP for all UP universities, you can take care. You can host a particular this kind of meeting. That is also possible. Just go through the IISER Pune website about this program, so they will get more idea about that. So anything that you can, because many things are there. If you ask some specific, then I can come up with something.
No, thank you. It's been really very pleasant to listen to you after a long time, and we have done excellently well there. Dr. Anurag, you please handle it.
If anyone wants to ask any questions, so he or she can raise their hands.
Yeah, anything.
Anyone who is interested to ask any question to our guest, please raise your hands.
No, I think there's no hands raised there. So you just
So-
propose a vote of thanks, and meantime the feedback for the last feedback can be there.
So one sir question, a small question, very small question.
Yeah.
Although I have traveled a lot. One thing, suppose we are planning to conduct a training program for this northeast region. So where the institutions are there, suppose some universities are there, some institutions like we are having a good facility like in pressing, like mechanical engineering, like electronics, like computer science. We want to offer some training to them for the empowerment, like for livelihood promotion, like. So can it come under the NECTAR program?
It can be. It can be possible.
Okay. So we will, sir, discuss more about the MOU and the type of training and the association in future.
Right.
And conclude this. So again, this poll is there. Saying how you rate this event. It is based on that. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. So maximum star is what according to the BEE, Bureau of Energy.
It is mandatory.
No, not. Just to see that how we have been progressing and what is the mood there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So here, thank you very much for.
I have submitted.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So we invite you next time whenever we are free there. We'll definitely call you. And I thank you.
Yeah.
For the institution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Shuklaji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, sir. Okay.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.